So ladies and gentlemen, in front of us today, we're on top of the food chain and we're reviewing this Spartan. We call her the Spartan or the Spartan Race. So this is the 2018 Nissan Note Nismo E-Power. We've done a review of the E-Power on our YouTube channel before, so you can check it down there. But this particular one today, we are reviewing it because it's a special car in this category, because this one is kitted, the body, the suspension, and the chassis is much different from the normal Nissan E-Power. Now, there's something special about this particular car. This is a series hybrid vehicle from Nissan. So what normally happens in this series of cars, the E-Power, is that the drive system is 100% electric. And yes, fine, it has an engine, and what the engine simply does is to drive the electric motor. Now, the electric motor is what drives the wheels in this beauty over here. Now, the power numbers on this particular car are so solid. They're so fuel efficient. The fuel efficiency on this particular car is nice, and I'm just going to be sharing a few, but for now I just want you to enjoy the exterior view of this beast over here as we prepare for the fuel numbers. So just checking it out, so much solid, and that's why I call this car a Spartan. This car is a beast on the road, guys. This is a beast on motion the moment it hits the highway. So this particular car, in 2018, when it debuted in Japan, it sold 136,000 units, 324 units, guys. This car sold 136,324 units, more than the Toyota Aqua by 10,000 units, guys. So the Toyota Aqua, interestingly enough, is the best hybrid ever produced by Toyota. So imagine in 2018 alone, this car in Japan sold 136,000 units, 10,000 units more than the Aqua. So it tells you that in 2018 it was a new technology that presented itself in the market in Japan, and of course it never disappointed. So if you're looking for power, efficiency, sustainability like never before, then this is your car, guys. So unlike conventional hybrids, the petrol engine in this particular car is strictly responsible for generating electric power and is not connected to the drivetrain. So that engine strictly acts as it's more of a motor. So it generates power to the battery, and the motor drives the engine. So the fuel economy on this particular car, let me just jump ahead kidogo. The fuel economy on this particular car, because that is the most interesting bit about this car, and that is the selling point for this car. So the fuel economy on this car is 34 kilometers per liter. I'll repeat that again, 34 kilometers per liter. That Toyota Aqua doesn't give you that. The Mazda Demio diesel doesn't give you that. You only get that in what? In the Nissan Note Nismo. So guys, anytime you're going to be driving this car, now you're going to accelerate and decelerate using your accelerator pedal. Now, there's something called regenerative braking system, and this system enhances fuel efficiency by charging the battery during deceleration. So you see, so in everything that you do in this car, when you decelerate, there's something called regenerative braking system that charges the battery. So that one is part of the reason why you get that amazing fuel economy number of 34 kilometers per liter. Now, before I go to the interior and discuss the interior, everything about this car is about efficiency and economy. You see, the rest, like the body kits, the parking sensors and all that, those are just for aesthetics. But the biggest thing about this car, the biggest plus about this car, are those numbers that I've been telling you guys. About this particular car, and most of you don't know that the E-Power system was developed from the Nissan Leaf. Now, the Nissan Leaf is the single best-selling electric car in history ever developed by Nissan. So there's no electric car that has sold more units than like the Nissan Leaf. So Nissan sat down and said, you know what, we need to develop a series hybrid vehicle that go separately with the Nissan Leaf, and then they came with the E-Power system in their cars. And like I said before, in the E-Power system, guys, the wheels are driven by an electric motor supplied with power stroke energy from a high-put battery. Now the engine drives the motor, and the motor charges your battery. Now the powertrain consists of the petrol engine, the power generator, the inverter, and the motor. So that powertrain works hand in hand to give you all the amazing fuel economy numbers and the features that you can get in this particular model. Now let me now go to the performance, and then I tell you how it performs. So as usual, this is not the four-wheel drive. The four-wheel drive E-Power is available in the American market, but in the Japanese market, the front-wheel drive sells a lot. And of course, the four-wheel drive is a little bit heavier than the front-wheel drive. So in Japan, you get this nice front-wheel drive. And the numbers on this particular car, the fuel economy, as I told you, is 34 kilometers per liter. And then the fuel tank boasts over 41 liters. Full tank, guys. So on full tank, you're going to use a roughly, fuel currently in Mombasa is selling at 174 shillings. So it means that you're definitely going to use around 7,200 Kenyan shillings to fuel this particular car on full tank, guys. So 41 liter fuel tank, and gives you 34 kilometers per liter. Amazing, guys. Now the weight on this particular car is 1,220 kgs. And the engine is an inline 3 petrol engine, 1200cc engine behind this beast over here. So what makes the Nismo special, guys? Number one, the electric motor. The power figures on this particular car. The electric motor produces 109 horsepower and 254 Newton meters of torque. And the engine, as I told you guys, it's a 1.2 liter inline 3 petrol engine, and it produces a power of 58 kilowatts at 5,400 revs per minute. Now the acceleration on this particular car, 0 to 100, you get that in 8.5 seconds, guys. Now how fast is that? 8.5 seconds on a hatchback, guys. That is crazy. That is really, really crazy. 8.5 seconds, 100. Now, the top speed on this particular car is 170 kilometers per hour. Now, well, the speedometer is calibrated to 180, but surely you can't do 180 on our road. So, a top speed of 170 is reasonable, and with that power and torque, guys, you're definitely bound to achieve some amazing driving experience. So, the last and important bit about this car is the ground clearance, guys. Now, if you look at it, you may think it's low, but for 5.5 inches off the ground, I think that's reasonable, and that's quite far enough for quite a hatchback. So 5.5 inches off the ground is the ground clearance on this particular car. So that is amazing, guys. So now we can go and discuss this car in detail. The body, we can now talk about the body, the aesthetics, the difference it has from the normal E-Power. And I've done a review of the E-Power. The one we sold to a client in Nairobi. So this one is still in the showroom. So we just be comparing a few, and then maybe you can understand what I'm talking about. We have another one over there, a white one also. So it's raining, but we're going to do this review. Now, when I start, if you look outside over here, you have the daytime running lights. And of course you get that LED headlight over there. And of course you get these halogen indicators over here. And then on this side also, you come and get the halogen indicator, and of course the LED lighting system over there. So, and also you get those daytime running lights. You don't get the daytime running lights in the normal E-Power. You see this one over here, those daytime running lights, you don't get them in the normal E-Power. And then another thing that you don't get in the normal E-Power is this front camera over here. Now this front camera forms part of the 360-degree view camera, this one over here. So anytime I see this in a car, I know that definitely I'm going to get something special. The side mirror cameras over here, you see these ones over here. So these ones are on the side mirrors on both sides. on the left and on the right side. So that simply means that this particular car has a 360-degree view angle anytime that I am going to drive. So another thing that is special about this particular car is the front parking sensors over here. Of course, well, on a normal E-Power you can also get the front parking sensors, but you won't get this bumper over here, this Nismo kitted bumper over here, this curvy sleek bumper. You won't get it in what? In the normal E-Power. That's it. And of course that blue over there resembles what? It means that this is an E-Power. It gears towards fuel economy. This nice blue over here, it's both in the E-Power and it's also available in the Nismo E-Power. So let's go to the interior now. Before we go to the interior, let us go to the side now. We'll check the sides out. Now if you look at the side profile of the car, it's more solid and more defined simply because of these side skirts over here. Now you get this nice Nismo kitted side skirting over here. You see this red one over here? It makes the car special in some way. You see? Looks nice, looks masculine, looks like a Spartan. You see? So that is your side view of the car. Now on this particular one, these are the wheels from the factory, and these are 16-inch R16 alloy wheels over there. 16-inch alloy wheels, you get it there. And then the front is disc, and then the rear is drum. There you have it. These are drums over here, and then at the front, and you can see the tires are still new, really new. The depth is quite new. You get the disc over there. So through your regenerative braking, guys, you're going to achieve a positive fuel economy of 34 kilometers per liter on this particular car. And I'm assuming if you do a lot of highway driving also, because city driving tends to consume a lot of fuel. And of course, this is the E-Power logo, standard across all Nissan vehicles. Exactly. So it's time to just finish on the exterior, and you get this rear spoiler over here also. This is the rear spoiler. So that one tells you that this car is meant to balance speed. So that rear spoiler is over here. And also you get this shark fin antenna. These two form part of the driving dynamics of the car at high speeds. You see? So that's it. At the tailgate, you get this Nismo badge over here. And then you get the Nissan, of course, it's a Nissan Note. You see? Though at the back you get those halogen indicators, and then this LED back lights over here. So these ones over here. So that's it. And of course at the back you also get this tailgate over here that normally goes red anytime you're braking. This one turns red. If you played NFS Need for Speed and you pick the Nismo, anytime you brake, this light over here definitely will light up. And at the back you get that nice rear bumper, solid looking rear bumper at the back. So that's it. So anytime you're going for this, just know that you're going for this because the body, the suspension of this particular car, and the chassis is more tuned for performance and for racing, guys, and for sports performance. You see? So if you're going for a normal E-Power, fine, you can go for it because of fuel economy and all that. But now if you're going for this one, guys, you're going for the aesthetics, you're going for the body, you're going for the suspension, and you're going for the chassis. The chassis on this particular one is more solid than the normal than the normal E-Power. So now let me go now to the inside, and we see what's in the inside, the aesthetics that are inside the vehicle. So now getting to the inside now, let me just show you. You get that nice this is what? This is leather. This is leather. I thought it was Alcantara fabric, but this is leather. This is pure leather. And then of course this is some hard plastic, executive plastic, and then this leather strip over here. So plastic over here with a nice grip also, guys. And at 3 o'clock, at 9 o'clock, you get this nice leather over here. So it tells you that this car, when you grab it and hit the road with it, guys, you're definitely going to achieve some nice numbers. So Your options that you get over here, you get traction control. Of course, this is radar sensing, and of course you get your lane assist. I can activate my lane assist and also deactivate it. Now, the seats are special because these are bucket seats. These are bucket seats. Now, bucket seats simply means they tend to form a bucket. Anytime you sit on this particular seats over here, you sink inside. So it's like these two guys over here, these two things on the side, they tend to, you tend to fit in like a bucket. You're inside a bucket. So that is why they're called bucket seats. And bucket seats are simply meant and engineered for race cars and performance cars. So that's it. So let me just sit on the bucket seat. Let me sit so that you have a feel of it. So now I'm seated in the bucket seat. Now we can now discuss this front panel over here. So at the dashboard, you get this nice LED lighting, nice blue LED lighting over there. And of course, this is for your gear knob. It shows you the directions for your gears. So currently we are neutral because the car is parked. And of course, anytime your car is charging, you're going to see some icon moving on here. The battery, some icon moving, showing that the charge is moving from the motor to the battery. So currently the battery is at 2 bars, but I expect that to go up kidogo when of course you run the car. Now, the only thing I didn't like about the E-Power is this small radio over here. I don't know if there are variants that have the bigger radio, but this is too small. It should be much bigger. And yeah, exactly, just for aesthetics, I feel that this should be bigger. So there you have it. So you see, now the car is charging. You can hear that sound. So you see, power is moving now. It means that the battery is being charged. You see, so anytime the battery gets low, the motor automatically charges, the engine automatically charges the battery over there. So now this is just your front panel of the car. You get this nice Nismo badge over there also, and this one of course is meant for your climate control and all that. And of course it's a push to start ignition there you see it over there. And of course the gear knob is the small one over here. It's just it's more of electric. You push it in and then it changes gear for you. So that's it. And then also you can choose your drive modes over here. So this is the drive mode button. Let me see if it's going to change. Yeah, so that is sport. The green is sport. That is eco mode. And then there's also, sorry, is this smart driving or it's supposed to be smart driving, if I'm not wrong. Smart or sport? Let's see. Okay, so that's it. So you can go eco or you can go smart, normal, and then smart driving over there, if I'm not wrong. So that's it. So now let us check out and of course before we go and check out the back, you get your double steering controls. There are options that come with the single steering control on the left side, but you can also, this one is high end, you can get double steering control. And of course you get options like the cruise control over here. You can answer, you can operate your radio here, volume up, volume down. You can operate your music over here, and of course you can also answer phone calls using this. And also you can change your music playing options over here. So if you're playing using we have aux over here, AUX, auxiliary over here. So you can just press this source over here and your music source is definitely going to change. So I'm pressing that. Yes, so I can also use this to check my reverse camera over there. So anyway, that's it. So now let us go to the back and then we see what the back has to offer. So let's go in the back. So there you have it. So this is Alcantara fabric, guys. I was forgetting that, Alcantara fabric. There you have it. And you don't get cup holders on this particular one. So this is just Alcantara fabric, nice executive Alcantara fabric over here. So there you have it. And it's quite spacious and roomy at the back. Quite spacious, guys. I like using myself an example. So I'll just show you that in a few. And of course that is a view of the front from the back. So and then this guy over here, this front, this rear view mirror also has an option of a camera. I don't know if you can see the back, but I think there's a reflection. But through there you can also see the rear view camera. So that's it. So that's it. And the lighting inside is, I hope it's white light. It's yellow, yeah. It's yellow. It would have been good that if it would have been white light. There, it has gone off, yeah. So the only disadvantage about this particular car is that when the battery is charging, you feel like some rumbling sound. It's some humming sound. So you may feel like your car has a problem, but the car is quite fine. Now, the legroom, yeah. Let us discuss the legroom. I'm 6 feet tall, so there you have it. So it's quite okay. Just 6 feet tall, so you can see I fit perfectly. I press on the brakes, and you see when the car was charging. Now, initially when I was inside there, the battery was at 2 bars. Now it's at 4 bars, guys. So that tells you that this car is quite okay, guys. You see? So that's how it works. So when you hear that humming sound, that rumbling sound, it means that the battery is charging. And currently it is at 4 bars, simply because it's the battery is in use because as you can see over there, the fog lights and the lights are on for this particular review. Now let us go to the leg space at the back. We check it out. So at the back also, some nice leg room here, because I was fitting quite well at the front. So, and you can also see, for somebody who is 6 feet, this is quite comfortable, guys. So you can't complain on this particular car. So you can also use it for family travels. If you have a small family, you can also buy this particular one as you think of upgrading, guys. So that's it, guys. So how much is this particular car in the market right now? The asking price for this car is 1.6 million Kenya shillings, guys. Sorry, 1.6 million Kenya shillings for this car, asking price. So with also 1.6, yeah, you see, so straight from the horse's mouth, 1.6 million, guys. So of course everything in the used car market is negotiable. So that's it. So get in touch with us on 0727 49 79 35, and we definitely link you with this beast over here. Now, before I end the video, I was forgetting to show you something. The engine, guys. Let me show you the engine, guys. I was opening the bonnet over there. I saw something interesting. So this gas has been doing an average of 11.1 kilometers per liter. So it means these guys have been doing a lot of city driving on this particular one. But on extended driving and highway driving, this thing is supposed to hit 34 kilometers per liter with good service also. So let me show you the engine and then we see. So this is the front panel of the car. So as you can see, this is the engine, and I'm assuming this is the electric motor. And then down over there you have let me see. I'm being corrected. I'm not a mechanic, yeah. So apologies for that. But let me show you something, yeah. Before we go to the front over there, I was just being. So this one is meant to store power to start the car. So it's found at the rear trunk, eh? So there's a small battery at the back that this one helps you start the car. And then turn the mbele to one. And then at the front, it's a learning experience for all of us. So now this is the engine, and then ini
get your E-Power.
E-Power, yeah.
Uzima hiyo. Hii ndio kwa gari.
Okay. Sawa. So the power generator, if I'm not wrong, or the inverter, something like that, yeah. So yeah, mechanics, you can help us with us with that. So that's it. So this is the engine, and as you speak, this engine is charging the battery over there. Is charging the E-Power system. So that's it. So it's a learning experience for us. You know, there's a theory and there's a practical now. Now this is now practicals now that I was engaging in. So get in touch with us. Get in touch with us on 0727 49 79 35, and we're definitely going to link you with this amazing Spartan over here, the 2018 Nissan Note E-Power. Review done by Alasri Motors Mombasa. 0727 49 79 35 is the magic number. Call us today and we're going to link you with nice executive cars. So this review today has been done at some showroom called Musab Motors over there. So we do these reviews for showrooms in Mombasa, the most credible showrooms in Mombasa only. We don't go to conmen, we go to the most credible showrooms only to do our reviews. So our work is to scout for cars. We can also do quality checks for you, and definitely we can also deliver this car up to your doorstep in Nairobi once you pay those guys inside there. So once you pay them, you give them authorization for us to bring this car straight to your doorstep in up country, wherever you will be. The only places I don't go to is Lamu. Yes, exactly. That's it. So I lost my 20 bob coin over here. That's it. So that is the gear lever again. And cut.